I think the role that the United States played with Israel over the past year and a half or so that I've been here has been the most extraordinary support for an ally that I've ever seen. The sentence structure changed. It changed because that's what it took in order to get. I think that a friend doesn't just say, we'll only be there to say everything's all right. A friend is there to say, there's some things you have to think about doing a little differently. And I think when the history of this war is written, people will look back, and when I say people, I mean people in Israel, and be proud of the things that they did differently because of the fact that we were there as a friend to be part of the conversation, urging things to be done in a way that, whether it was on the battlefield or in terms of providing for humanitarian assistance, that met the moment in a way that meets our common kind of moral and ethical principles. What I have, looking back, some real concerns about is the on-off switch. You are a friend, you're not a friend, at a moment when the question you're asking kind of touches a nerve. You don't stop being a friend when you ask a very hard question. And one of the things that I found very troubling, on the question of military support, there's no question that we had a disagreement about whether or not it was appropriate to use 2,000-pound bombs in densely populated urban areas. We never stopped providing military support. We continued to meet the needs of the moment. And there was a narrative that developed that there was somehow an arms embargo. And I can't tell you how many times I repeated, the day the 2,000-pound bombs stopped, precision-guided missiles were shipped. So it was never an embargo, and language really matters. I found it very difficult to understand why small differences would often be magnified into much larger differences at a time when daylight between us was something that actually undermined Israel's security. If you say we're having a disagreement about an important munition, how it affects Israel's strategic position in the world. When I look at a kind of map of American kind of political trends, to me what that says is it has never been more important for it to be a bipartisan issue. So it's crucial over the coming decades for there to be a strong bond and clear communications, and not to treat all Democrats as the small number of voices who have the harshest criticism. Not to treat all Republicans certainly as if they're isolationists, and to figure out how you take the, call it 60 to 70% that remains, where it will shift from day to day as to exactly what the mix is you need to be able to overcome anything in Washington that might require 60 votes. I think that the overwhelming support for Israel, I don't think there's a big division in the Democratic Party about wanting Israel to be strong and wanting Israel to prevail. I think there is a growing set of questions, some of which have been around for a long time and need to be answered. And in the middle of a war is not the easiest time to see how you make progress on resolving some of those issues.
Questions like
to come forward and light a candle. Thank you. Please, ladies.
Last night,
we had to give our condolences to an American family, American citizen who was killed in the tunnels.